Hi, my name is Javier Escobedo, and this is a demonstration of my slideshow. We're going to start up with this warm-up right here. It's going to be a Kahoot quiz, which is going to be a quick review as to what they learned on the last lesson. And if they click here, they can get into the quiz. And so I'm going to give them a little bit of time to do that. And then, of course, that's going to show us on the screen as to what's happening with the quiz. And then I'm going to give an attention here to the lesson that is a sensitive topic. It's going to contain harsh images and racist language. So I want the students to know this. It's just kind of a trigger warning, so they're a little bit prepared. And then we're going to get into it. Black Wall Street, understanding how the cultural climate of the 1920s led to the events in Tulsa on May 31st, 1921. And I'm going to go over the founders here. It's just going to be a quick lecture to start. Just going to talk about how it started and how this self-sustaining community was built. There's a bit of pictures here to show them what it looked like, the houses they were living in, the fact they drove, nice cars, they were professionals, lawyers, they had their own theater, they had their own self-sustaining economy. And then here's a little bit more as to what was happening. This actually has a bit to do with the quiz they took, so this is kind of just a reference as to how the situation was in the 1920s. And then here we're going to get onto their sheets that I made in Google Docs. They can click on this and that'll take them to Google Docs where they can just copy that and type in their own notes. And then we're going to have one video that's going to lay down how it all began. Up until the point of the riot, I had a bit of vocabulary here as to things they said in the video, and they should be taking notes as well on their note sheets. And then here is the two sources that we're going to be reading. These are two opposing viewpoints, people who witnessed the events or who lived in the area. And I kind of made them a little bit shorter so that they can read them. And there's going to be one given to each student, and they're going to talk to their neighbor about it. So each of them is going to read a document, and they're going to tell it to the other neighbor. And they're going to sit down in groups of two. They're going to read the documents, take notes. They'll both have time to read them and then time to explain it to each other, and they'll be taking notes as well. And here's a bit of pictures as to what the massacre looked like. These were actually postcards that were made after the fact that were used to intimidate blacks in Oklahoma. So these were distributed kind of like playing cards. And then here's a bit more pictures of what was happening. This shows men being arrested, men being forced down to the convention centers where they were holding them by rifle, and there was blockades as well. There's a bit of aftermath of the destruction, of how they had refugee camps. This was the street we had pictured earlier, where now it's all completely destroyed. Greenwood Avenue. Here is the church that was brand new as well, and that all got destroyed. And of course, the Red Cross was very significant to the help that they gave them after. Here's another video. This video is going to go in kind of what we already talked about, what happened during the massacre, and videos of people that were there, victims that were talking about it when they were children. And then in conclusion, we're going to click on the link for a Google form. They're going to have 20 minutes to answer the question. And I will be expecting them to cite a source from the lesson on each of the answers. They're going to be at least 2 sentences per question. But if somebody doesn't want to write, they do have the option of answering the questions using a Jamboard. So I've made a Jamboard that they can use at least 3 per question, and they have to use the pictures that are used in the presentations. They could take screenshots from the videos, or they can find other pictures on the web to complete the assessment. And then I made this little thing, so if they click on the link, now I'm expecting them to have all their own laptops when they're doing this, so I'll be showing this on the board, but they'll be using their laptop as well, so they can just click on the links here, and this link is going to take them to this Google form that they have to fill out and submit, and then I'll get that and I'll be able to grade it. Also, they can do the second option, which is to click on this link, and this is going to take them to the Jamboard that I created. So yeah, they're going to have to copy this, and then they can basically go each, I'll go through this with them just to show them how I made this. Each question is laid out here. They can get pictures and paste them on here and kind of answer, do it, do the same assessment, but just using pictures, and they have to kind of correlate to what's happening. They can also go to Google and search their own pictures. They can use what I provided. They can take screenshots from the videos as well. And finally, I'm going to sum it up for them by showing them pictures of the excavations that are going now in Tulsa. They're still, at this time, still looking for the mass graves. They're trying to get the number correct as to how many people actually died there, but a lot of them were unaccounted for, and that's what they're doing. They're actually trying to find these graves so they can give proper burials to these people. The video is kind of a summation of what happened and kind of goes into the explanation as to what's happening today. These videos are from last month. So I do want to make the students aware, if they are still interested in keeping up with this, they want to, fill in the blanks. I did provide basically telling them, since it's an ongoing investigation, there are more resources that can keep you up to date as this topic is being uncovered in real time. So I went ahead and added, these are all the links I use, but the cool one is the Tulsa Graves investigation, where you can just follow along. There's a lot of news reports, there's a lot of media involved, and they're just keeping up with them, and it's kind of a history still being uncovered that students that are more interested can take a dive into. And that's it. Thank you very much for looking at my slideshow. Have a good day.